Water brings a sense of peace. You know, Jesus ministered on the water. You know, he took a boat across the sea. Water just brings a sense of calmness.
Here on the shores of Jacksonville's St. James River, more than 800 boys have dropped anchor and found peace.
I look at it in two ways. I could either be dead or I'd be in jail. One of the two, guaranteed.
Tyler joined the family of boys at the Safe Harbor Boys Home a little more than a year ago. And like so many here, this is where he found one final chance to sail away from a life of crime, drugs, and trouble.
When you get here, you know, you kind of resent it because you've never been in such a structured environment, and the rules, wake-up times, when you eat.
It's definitely one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences where you do it and you're going to look back on it the rest of your life.
Water is at the center of the boys' structured experience. Executive Director Robbie Smith is one of the captains steering the ship. Her husband, Doug, is the other. Together, they lead the boys to Christ and then daily prayer and Bible study.
Faith is what keeps us buoyed up, and it's what keeps us afloat and keeps us going and moving forward, because we know that there's a purpose behind what we're doing, and we know there's a purpose for our life.
Neither Robbie nor Doug plan to open a boys' home, but Safe Harbor is celebrating 25 years, and the story of how it all got started is the focus of this Hallmark Channel movie.
Luke Barsicchini, David Porter. This is Robbie and Doug Smith.
Hello.
Doug and Robbie sold their successful family business back in 1984 and were about to sail the country on their yacht when a friend, a juvenile judge, asked them to look after two teenagers in trouble.
These couple of boys come into our life, which subsequently changes the whole direction of our life, but we really feel like at that point, that's when we start to work in God's plan. Not that we knew it, because if we had known it, we might have sabotaged it.
Safe Harbor has a 95% success rate, and the program has grown. In addition to their high school studies, the boys learn welding, how to build hydroplane racing boats, and they're responsible for cooking and serving up every meal. The Safe Harbor Boys Home can hold up to 15 boys at a time. Right now, there are 12. Each one lives aboard his very own boat and is fully responsible for all the upkeep.
The boat's donated, and they fix the boat. And as they fix the boat, they learn a skill. And as they learn a skill, they discover that they can do anything they put their mind to.
Doug can see himself in each of the boys that he serves. As a kid, he also spent lots of time close to the water. As a teenager, he ran away from home and spent many nights sleeping here, underneath Jacksonville's Main Street Bridge.
I lived with a prostitute on Main Street because she was the only one that really didn't care that I was a minor child and running from the law. You know, her life was bad enough. Mine was nothing.
Doug works alongside his boys, knowing it was a group of fishermen who saved him and encouraged a judge to send him to seaman school. His father was mentally ill, and Doug himself could have ended up in jail for assaulting a police officer.
The only thing important in this world, the only thing valuable in this world, are people. And God has shown me where the true treasure lies.
I became a Christian when I was in the juvenile detention facility, but it wasn't until I came here that I learned really how to live that life.
Steve Barnes was one of the first residents of Safe Harbor. He arrived from a juvenile detention center in 1985. Today, he can see himself and his anger dramatized in the film. The avid boater has been a successful journalist and is now a Florida politician and the father of 3.
They helped me turn my life around. But what people don't always see is that there's a ripple effect. So that my kids are benefited by this, their kids will be benefited by this, their classmates. It's just a ripple that goes out in all directions.
And in the words of Mr. Doug and Miss Robbie, waves of change start with a ripple. They now hope their story will inspire others.
There's no shortage of kids out there that need help. And I believe America has a lot of wonderful people in it that want to make a difference. They just don't know what to do.
Safe Harbor is ready to show them how. In Jacksonville, Ephraim Graham, CBN News.